Reporters have always had to defend their work, but the trolling of journalists has grown commonplace. And many female media professionals are dealing with the kind of hate messages that men will never see.
As soon as the series was published, I started receiving an average of 90 hate messages per hour. Maybe Maria Ressa's dream is to become the ultimate porn star in a gangbang scene. So, it's not.
Comments about their gender, appearance, sexuality. The language can be ugly and violent. Threats of sexual assaults and rape have grown disturbingly common.
Social media is helping to circulate the fake news, the disinformation, is helping to intimidate female journalists. Yes, for me, I was better without social media. I felt protected. But now with social media, I feel so exposed.
I used to be a war zone correspondent. But in a war zone, you know where the enemy is. You know what you need to prepare for. You know how to stay safe. In this new landscape, this is intimate. You take it home with you. You wake up with it. It's with you all the time.
It's not free speech to wish death upon me. This is how institutional racism thrives. This is how institutional misogyny thrives. This is how institutional xenophobia thrives.
We have a problem. Far too many women are threatened every second online. Some men think that women should not be allowed to have a voice in the public discourse, and too often their hate and threats actually silence women. This has to stop. We owe it Jo Cox.
Jo Cox, who had been meeting with her constituents, was shot twice and stabbed, witnesses say. She was rushed to a hospital where she died shortly after.
Cyber violence hits women, overwhelming them with avalanches of insults, sexist phrases, and threats. That's what happened to me a few days ago. After my TV talk, a man on Facebook threatened to scar me with acid.
I remember wondering, is the cost of political engagement simply too high?
Every 10th woman in the EU has experienced cyber harassment, from as early as the age of 15. The result is women censor themselves, losing their fundamental right of free expression.
And I totally get that Twitter is about freedom of expression, but if women can't be free to express themselves, there's a real problem and Twitter needs to address it.
We need better rules against online harassment, and we need more effective reactions by the companies providing these services. And we need this now because we have a very urgent problem attacking, in the end, our democracies.
The series of Wall Street Journal article investigations demonstrated that Facebook executives continue to choose growth, attention, and profit over any measures they could take to mitigate harms, including extremism, disinformation, criminal activity on their platforms. And for as long as there is no regulation overseeing these platforms, they will be able to make those decisions and prioritize profits over safety.
Governments, civil society, and philanthropists must be much bolder in demanding the adoption of better digital platform standards that take into account the real-life harms that women face online. And we must insist in getting more than empty promises from social media companies.
Dear women and girls of the world, we cannot afford to lose your input and your ideas. I'm sorry that we've been failing you for way too long. Failing you by not taking action against the abuse of women for just being women for way too long.